Alright guys! Okay, so I know I haven't been making as much content recently, but I thought, and this is mainly because I'm not gonna lie, I'm just not enjoying recording on JP Dokkan because my count is just not as good as my global count, but I don't see a point in making global content until the sync is caught up fully. So for the time being, I'm kind of just doing a little bit of filler content here and there. Might stop uploading as much as because I also have started a new job, so that's also another reason as to why. But I am going to be hitting you with a top 10 tier list on just what I think are the top 10 best sellers in the game currently. I would separate this a bit, but I'm going to be honest, this is kind of a spur of the moment thing, and I thought I might as well do it. And I'll do it before I get influenced by other people's opinion, that like I actually respect their opinion, like the Truth, for example. I respect his opinion because I have very similar opinion to him, what I think is like the best units in the game. So I thought I'd make my tier list before he makes his, so as to not influence my opinion. But I was thinking, okay, so number 10, okay, let's just. Okay, I'm gonna filter my thoughts a little bit here. Okay, so you. I think Trunks is number 10. Now Trunks is an incredibly good unit. My only issue with Trunks is he's designed to function in slot 2 or 3. Once he gets into his standby, he's incredibly good, but that's only for 4 turns, but it doesn't matter because you're basically gonna end the fight with his finished skill anyway. I do think Trunks is an incredibly good unit, and part of the reason as to why he's really good, but also a bit flawed, is the same reason as to why, let me look for them. I know you're around here, little boy. The Year 8 unit. Year 8, Majin Buu Saga, Goku and Vegeta. So the reason as to why they're kind of in a bad position as well, because they don't have any guard or anything. It's basically full additionals, except Trunks' additionals, in my opinion, is just more reliable. And also, Trunks' standby is just a little bit better as well, because you can also just do damage in that form. But it's also because of the typing as well. So Trunks is basically just a better version of that unit. I would argue he's better than who I'm about to. I reckon you can make the argument he's better than who I'm about to put on this tier list, which is this little man right here. Now, I actually need to have a look at this guy. Again, Vegito AGL color. Now, the issue of this unit that everyone will talk to you about is because his inability to transform just makes him so piss poor as a unit. Without him transforming, he becomes so bad. Because if you look at his transformation conditions, it is when HP is 70% or less. You're not always going to be getting that from 5th turn. You are rarely ever getting that. You are just not always going to be in the prime position for that. The reason why Revival Goku is still used to this day to attack Carnival one is because even though it's under 59% HP, it's whenever you're under 59% HP, he will revive. And that's a revive. It's completely different to that in transforming. Like, say if you transform into Vegito anyway, Vegito is a god. Key plus 5 attack and defense, 250%, plus additional gets key attack effective against all types, reduces damage received by 30%, reduces damage received by additional 20%, and high chance to evade enemies' attack, including super attack. He is nutty. He also can just do extra supers. You can throw him in slot 1, he'll be fine. But it's just the fact you will never really see this guy. And if you just look at the regular Vegeta, the issue is his guard's all attacks for 4 turns. Once his guard wears off, you are in trouble with this man. And because of that, and he's just bad shit, if it was his transformation condition, bro, you'll be hearing me be like polarity in this bitch on Twitter. I'll be putting Vegeta like here. He's so good. If he was, like, say if he had the year 9 Gogeta's condition, he's like around here, dude. He's the top 5 unit in the game, but just without it, he's all the way down there. He's just... he's not much to write home about, man. Okay, now here's where things get tricky. Because we have an echelon of a lot of fantastic units in this game. I wish I could say you were better. You're just not, though. You're definitely my top 15, though. There's a specific unit I'm looking for. Okay, I'm gonna put you next to Bulma because I'm prepping all that now. Because we're getting closer there. I think this is about time. Yeah. Yeah, I think. This unit. This unit is incredibly good. You know what? I actually don't know. Would I have LR androids above the other two? Let's think about this for a second. Alright. Let's just have a little think about this. Would we put... Because here's the thing with this unit. They're only being run on androids. They're not being run anywhere else. You're not going to see them anywhere else in the game, really. I just, the reason why I'm stalling is I'm also just trying to find a unit. Okay, which one are you? Okay, you are this one. Okay. Okay, incredibly good unit, but look at the teams you're running it. You're only running Android / Cell Saga, Androids, Target Goku. You're not running it anywhere else. They have a medium chance of evading enemies super attack. And infantry is plus additional key plus 3 and chance of plus additional. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Based off of the fact you're just gonna be using these two units, I reckon you bump LR androids down the bottom. And Vegeta is probably 8th in the game. I'd put him there. But this is where we start to work towards another unit that has received his EZA recently. A very, very strong and powerful unit. It's just, I have no idea where he is on this tier list, and y'all already know who it is, so you're probably screaming at me where he is on this screen, but I generally cannot see him. If I can't see him in a second, I'm using this guy as a placeholder, you already know. Man. I would have made my own tier list, but like I said, this is a very spur of the moment thing. He's all the way at the bottom because, okay, it's in order to download. Okay, LRUI, incredibly good, has amazing chance, he just dodges everything. Like, generally. He dodges everything in the game. He has a 70% chance to dodge. He also can now build up crit just by dodging. He also builds... Come on, man, this site, please. Okay. Okay, plus an additional, this is the cool bit. Plus, he also builds up an additional chance to dodge, which is good. He also raises allies' attack by 50% on his ultra super attack, which you will always be getting that because he builds up his key attack and defense and critical hit chance just by dodging. Incredibly powerful unit. Only issue with him is he is relegated to this a little bit. Now, this could be fixed a little bit, but currently tournament participants isn't the strongest thing in the world. So it's just one of those things where, like, put it this way, if Representative of Universe 7s was a little bit better, he would probably be... I would bump him up to maybe 5, but currently the way he stands, ain't no way. Now, here we go for... I just realized. Sorry, you're not on my tier list. Truth would be mad, but I don't care. You actually go down here. Because I forgot about a certain unit. But, we are going to be adding this unit now. Because I just... Bro, I just saw you. And now I've lost you. Where do you go, my friend, my pal, my gamer? There you are. This boy. He's incredibly good. He's incredibly good. Don't get me wrong. He's such a good... Actually... With the recent addition of Super Masters into the game, I would add him here. I think he belongs here. And I think we can finally start to accept the fall from grace we are seeing on a particular unit. My god. I am just hating the Steelers right now. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god. Okay, there they are. GT Duo. I think that we're starting to see their fall off slowly. They're not as good as they used to be, man. I'm just gonna say it, they're not. Not as good as they used to be. Their revival is still incredibly good, but their damage reduction isn't as good as it used to be. And they can be caught off guard, and their way they do additional supers is just not, it does not cut out anymore, as we'll see units later on in the tier list. Fusion Master as well is incredibly good. Got a huge buff from Broly being in the game. Super bosses and Frieza, and probably a few more super bosses buffs we'll see throughout this, plus superclass content. And you don't even need to run Broly's domain, so honestly you could run Fusion Master's domain if you wanted to run it. But yeah, Fusion Master got a huge buff just with this anniversary coming into play. Now we're going to be adding one of my personal favorite units into the game onto the tier list. Super Saiyan Trio. This is the best team in the game. They lead the best team in the game. Only issue I have with this unit is they're defensively not the greatest. They do have a bit of damage reduction built in, but it's not like, it's not everything, you know? Like, they're not going to be able to do everything for you. Unlike some other units that we'll be seeing later, but they can't do the works. I might as well just go to Super Saiyans now, because we can pull up multiple units once they load in. Okay, we can pull up you. We can pull up you. We can pull up you. And we can pull up you. Now I'm just going to say, yeah, incredibly good unit. Shit, I just realized Trunks isn't on my tier list either. My god. Dude, this game is crazy now. You know, my bias wants to do that. But I just want you to know, Trunks, he should be there. Oh, okay. But I do acknowledge Vegeta is better. I do acknowledge it. Damn, I'm forgetting how many good units are in the game now. Okay, but I'm looking for a certain unit that, this will make people mad, but I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a shit. Bulma. You ain't hot shit anymore, girlie. You're top 5. Best support in the game, can do everything. What even needs to be said about Bulma? Full heal, the massive support she brings to a team. It's just insane. She does so much. Honestly, I generally need to bring up her kit because I just can't remember how much she does. Okay, so if we bring up Bulma, it's a perfect example of like, it just does it. She has an intro, she guards, she gets keys, she's an orb changer, she reduces damage received, she has the damage reduction, she has guard, she has all ally support there. She also, and it's just, she has her additional super attack built in as well. She did it before, it was cool. And she also just raises, defense greatly on both her super attacks. Like, there's not much you can say about Bulma. The only issue I have with Bulma, so links are terrible, and I'm sorry. People need to cool down with this unit because she's only run on Earthbird Fighters and Power of Wishes. And Power of Wishes is, I think, getting a little bit worse in my opinion. Just leaders-wise is getting a little bit worse. Still incredibly good team note, same with Earthbird Fighters. Now we make our way up in the world to where I'm going to add another one of my all-time favorite units in the game. This Future Gohan. Damage reduction, builds up his attack and defense on super attack, has one of the most powerful domains in the game, is a Super Saiyan. He raises his allies' defense on his active skill. What else could you want from this lad? He is just so good. He's such a strong and powerful unit. His leader skill is incredibly good as well. Future Saga, incredibly good. He raises his... And he just greatly raises his defense. He greatly stacks... Oh no, it's for 1 turn. Okay, yeah, it is for 1 turn. Okay, so but he massively is raising his attack. He's greatly raising his attack. Like I said, his domain. He launches his additional super attack. He can get his additionals off. He has guaranteed crit with active skill or 1 key is 24 more. Just an incredibly powerful unit. Such a good staple in the game. But he's still number 4 though. Now keep in mind, these were seen as the golden echelon of the game. Now where do I stand with it? Yep. You can already see where this is going. Orange Piccolo, what did it even be said? He can nullify super attacks. He can, he nullifies super attacks with his giant form. He nullifies damage. He carries the team on his back. He leads superheroes, which is one of the most powerful teams in the game. He's a god of the game. But he has finally been dethroned. I just wanted to be known, I never had this dumb little idiot above Orange Piccolo. I always believed in my king, and I never thought you were worse than Bulma. Just want that to be said now. Now, between these two behemoths, who is better? I think that's pretty obvious. Gogeta's number 2. And Broly is the undeniable number 1 unit in the game. What do you want to say? When Broly is coming out here, with a domain that carries his allies on his back, he supports, he launches 5 super attacks, no questions asked, 20 mils, 30 mils everywhere, he's hitting. There's often, you don't even need to transform with Broly, which this is something you can't say for Gogeta. Gogeta does need to transform. Although his pre-transform state is incredibly solid, it is not, it's just an incredibly solid unit. Once he gets, and he stacks defense as well. Which the defense stacking is fine, but it just means he's doing less damage than Broly. Now, where this unit gets nutty is his recovery. His healing is godlike. And he's effective against all types. Flat 200% with an extra 100% on top. Key plus, he changes key spheres of Rainbow Orb changing key spheres. He dodges. He becomes like more of a dodge character. He has crit. He can nullify key blast supers, and he has the taunt. Now you may be thinking, because he's the taunt, he should be above Broly. Especially because he also has better teams as well. But you're not seeing a taunt that often. Especially with 2 Gogetas on movie heroes. Not going to be seeing 2 taunts. Now you could be saying, oh, Broly conflicts with like transforming. But then he can link with himself. With the version that doesn't transform. And also he doesn't need to transform to be the best. Like, to be God. Like, let's just look at this, right? His entrance animation just gives him key plus 5 attack and defense 100% and launches the additional super attack for 4 turns. Great. And he's greatly stacking attack. Then he has attack and defense 150% and then just flat guards all attacks forever. He will always be doing that. He is always getting extra key with his key obtained. He always is getting this attack 50% because he's always performing his super attack, because he always has key because of his passive and how it's organized. And he's always getting his plus additional defense 50%. If it is an ultra super attack, he's always getting that because of his key as well. So this entire part of his passive, he's always having up. Besides, after he does lose this, which will make him a lot softer hitting, but by then he's already stacked his attack up massively, and he just has a better effect than the Super Saiyan Trio. So I'm just gonna be honest, pre-transform Broly is just better than Super Saiyan Trio. It's just a better version. And if we're saying like, and then this is not even included, we don't even need to talk about him. Attack and defense are 300%, guards all attacks, key 26% damage reduction. He has it all. He does it all. What do you want? What is he not doing for you? Plus additional 50% attack when attacking. Plus when receiving attack. Launches additional super attack. Critical hit chance. He's always getting his his 52% critical hit chance because he's ultra supers. Launches another additional attack when key is 24, which he will always have that. Even if he isn't linking. Now if we just go back to the pre-transform state, plus an additional key plus 6 and launches an additional super attack and a high chance of launching an additional attack as the 3rd attacker in the turn. It's just, you can even just float him until he transforms as well. It's not as good as the other Brolys, but still. It is just disgusting. And also just, I don't know what to say. It's like transform condition, extreme class allies, key plus 4, and can be activated starting from the 5th turn. Like, what do you want to say? And then it's like, oh hi guys, I have a domain now. So I've given my extreme class allies the key, and I also have this. You could argue Broly is nerfing his super class allies, even if you're running him on Super Saiyan team, but it doesn't matter because you don't need to transform him. He's undeniable god of the game. You may say I'm also biased, just looking off of my branding, but I don't care if you say I'm biased, because it just is the GOAT. And look at this team: Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan. And if you're wondering, right, what the last 2 Super Saiyans is this guy, which honestly I could say, I would honestly be very content doing that. But I'm not going to, because I'm respectful. But I'd be very content doing that. And then you just run Tech Revival Goku's Revive. And this is why just best units in the game. And that's all I have to say. I'll be maybe trying to get a little bit more content on my days off from work, but it's very hit or miss. But yeah. That'll be all from me, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.